Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Too Far Out TV YouTube channel. My name is Ashred Austin. Today we're going to talk about the nervous system. So the nervous system is inside of your body, and it's like an electrical field of energy that moves throughout your body. And you experience this when you're experiencing your emotions. When you tune into your body and you feel a specific way, whether happy, sad, joyous, fear, anger, when you feel any of those emotions in your body, that is because you have electricity moving throughout that is signaling to your brain and back to your body that you need to act or feel in a certain way. When you feel a certain way, you will start to think a certain way. And when you think and feel in a certain way, you're going to take actions in a certain way. So this is important to recognize how you are so that you can engage and move forward in your life in a more harmonious way. So to understand the nervous system, let's talk about fight or flight versus rest and digest. So when you're in a fight or flight mode, this is because you're presented with a situation in your life that makes you feel like you need to make a move or you need to stop moving. So fight or flight is saying, fight is like, oh, I need to go assert myself, assert some sort of dominance over the situation so that I can change it and make it better for myself so that it fits in line with the way that my body naturally is. Now, if I'm in a flight mode, that means I want to run away or I want to hide, which is also freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze is also another one. Sometimes people like to hide or they freeze and they don't do anything. And this is a signal from your nervous system that says, what is happening to me is a threat. So I need to go change it through dominance, or I need to run away from it because I won't be able to assert my dominance, or I might just freeze because I have no idea what the hell to do. All of these are natural, and you have probably experienced all three of them at some level, at some point in your life. So what is actually happening is an effect from your nervous system, which is inside of your body, telling your brain that something needs to change or you need to do something to change the situation. This is basically saying that you're not safe, you're not okay. Okay? Now, this doesn't just happen when there's a predator like a coyote or a fox staring at you and he wants to chase you down. This can happen in everyday life. It can happen at work. It can happen in your relationship. It can happen when you're driving. It can happen anytime. This is saying to your body, to your mind, that you're not safe and you need to do something. So the other one is rest and digest. So when you're in a restful state, then your body's calm, you're relaxed, you take some deep breaths, you're not feeling overwhelmed or anxious, and you can just digest your food, you can relax, your body will start to regenerate, just like when you're sleeping, your body starts to heal itself. So I've been working with a coach who has been helping me understand the nervous system and helping me regulate it through somatic practices. Now, I've also been doing yoga and Kundalini yoga, which increases my energy, but I was still fearful based on my thoughts and based on the way that I interacted with my body. I still had fear around being in certain situations or presenting myself in a certain way. Okay? Now, when I started doing the regulation through these somatic practices, I started to put myself in a position where I was less fearful because I felt calmer in my body. I knew that I wanted to show up in a certain way and it was not dangerous. It used to feel dangerous, but it's not dangerous anymore because I am healing my nervous system. And through healing my nervous system, I can show up and present myself differently. Okay, so the energy that's inside of your body it's electrical, and it sends signals to your brain so that you can feel. Now, emotions are energy in motion. Okay, And I also need to say that you have an auric field around you, also known as an electromagnetic field. A lot of the times we're reacting to our emotions unconsciously. So you are experiencing this sensation inside of your body. Your emotions are happening without you even recognizing that they're happening. And so when you're unconscious of the way that you're feeling, your emotions are actually in charge of you and they're directing your life and you don't even realize it. This is where people like they fall asleep at the wheel basically, and this is where the sleep people are, and then there's woke people. It's all just words, but when you're not conscious of how you actually feel and you're letting your emotions control you, then you're not in control and you're not able to focus your mind on the things that you wish to create. You're too busy worried about trying to stay out of trouble because your body is in a fight or flight mode. So you're probably fighting away from certain situations. You're focusing on the fear or the thing that you don't want to happen rather than just focusing on the thing that you do want to happen. Because when you focus on the thing that you do want to happen, you're giving energy to that and you're creating momentum towards that. Okay? But if you're in a place of, oh, I can't have that because I'm in lack or like I have an unregulated nervous system, then as I go for the thing that I want, I'm going to get scared and hide myself away from it because I'm too busy thinking about the things that could go wrong. You understand? So I'm focusing on fear rather than focusing on what I would actually love to create. Okay? So again, when you can start to regulate yourself and put yourself into a rest and digest state, you can start to show up in a new way that now that I have more awareness of this, I can actually start to show up in my life or show up for people in a new way. Because I used to let fear of what could happen get in the way. And so I would hide away or I would try to be combative and assert my dominance over something when it was unnecessary because I'm just at that level focusing on the fear. But if I'm just focusing on what I want, I'm allowed to have anything that I want because it's all here for all of us. You understand? So regulating myself allows me to show up in my energy without feeling that electrical impulse of, oh, I need to hide away. So now I can use my energy and use myself to start to show up in a new way and start to show up the way that I would love to show up instead. Okay? So it's important for us to recognize what the nervous system does, how we can regulate it, and how we can start to tune into ourselves and tune into the energy that we hold within us. Because the outer world is important and it's great, but the inner world is just as important because this is the thing that is keeping us from going for something or keeping us moving towards the thing that we actually desire. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button down below. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll go over more content like this. I have a lot more stuff that I want to talk about in this area. So thank you so much. Peace and love.